Well met, well met, lords and ladies. Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of. Yeah, if people ever noticed, well, I mean they must have noticed. It's my turn to be sick, it seems. And yeah, Bond's actually kind of correct here. It almost seems like almost yesterday that Ghosty was talking about being ill, and then Aiden said that he caught something, and apparently Bond also saying that he caught something now. So who knows? Maybe it's just virtual sickness that seems to be spreading a few around from all of us. But just to clarify, I'm doing better than yesterday. I didn't say anything, but it started like roughly like during D&D yesterday on the Butter Bunch. Obviously, I can maintain Crack Knuckles' voice despite the fact that I might be ill, so it wasn't noticeable. But yeah, if I was to do other stuff like like Nathaniel, for example, just as well, I didn't pick his character. Yeah. So I'm not going to be 100% for today, but I have been resting a lot, apart from when I went out today to open a bank account, but that was a pre-scheduled thing, so I couldn't really avoid that. And also I have done the classic Aaron sanctioned and recommended method, and have made myself some soup, which I have also eaten, so we're good, basically. So there we go. Have we caught a bug in sync? Maybe. We do everything else in sync, so might as well at this point. Anyways, speaking of people who have recently become afflicted with illness, welcome, Aiden.
Yeah, you see, okay, here's my theory. Okay, so first Ghosty got it, then I got it, then you and Bond got it. It's spreading.
Oh yeah, I covered that. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, being sick is not fun though. Although one day it was really bad on me because like I couldn't speak, like my voice hurt to speak. I think it was like a lot of nasal drippage that day. At least didn't have something that bad because, like, when it hurt to speak, it hurt to speak to the point where I went to the doctor to get tested for strep, for crying out loud. Because I'm like, just in case, because I cannot speak right now or speak without pain.
That's not what happened to me today, but I have had that in the past. In fact, the last time that it happened, and that was like majorly severe. I remember that like I would just like answer like everyone in really, really short sentences. I was saving my voice for streams because I can, if I'm gonna have to talk for hours anyway, might as well.
If you have a lot of nasal drippage, I do recommend gargling with salt water. Like if your throat starts to hurt or anything like that helped me when I was dealing with that a lot. So
I mostly am a honey and lemon person, but I've doing some of that too. But I remember when it was really bad for me. But despite that, and despite trying to save my voice, like nearly every day, when I would like go down for breakfast or something, I would get like the usual round of questions from like family members or something, and the entire time I just like, oh, is your throat still sore? Yes. And just immediately carry on like the biggest. I basically pierced everyone. I was pierced for a week, just going like, okay. Can I help anything? No. just like end every conversation that could possibly start. So yeah, oh, my lemon tea is my there we go. Well, we get sick in sync and we cure ourselves in sync. There we go. That's how that works. But yeah, mostly I've just been catching up on sleep. I think it mostly really is the fact that because I've had like the busiest week I've had in a long time. Not just with classes, but also before that with all the other like excursions that were going on and things like that I've barely had time to,
To be fair, working with children makes you get sick more often because that's what happened to my mom. Like my mom when she was working at the school, she got sick a lot more often, and since she hasn't been working at the school, like she stopped working at the school at the end of the previous school year, which like she's been off since the summer and like the fall. She really hasn't gotten that sick. Sick. I don't think she's gotten sick recently. So
okay, so maybe it wasn't the thing I just said then. So
working with children, you gotta be careful around them. The little germ people, little germs.
Right. I have to say, oh, by the way, yeah, this other thing also that happened that Shadi posted a community post. If people don't know about this, Shadi has been considering remaking Finding Shadi's Old Friends, mostly to make it, make more sense. Which I can understand, but what Josh is saying is that I posted a comment only about like 18 minutes ago, honestly. But just recommending that he first at least finish the series has got going on right now, so we don't end up with a situation where he's decided to do a remake series and eventually gets through like one or the other. And also, remakes take longer than the original series will anyway because of how scaled up production works. With
whenever I read,
we wouldn't get that far.
Whenever I read his name, though, I read it as Sadie, not Shadi, or as Sadie.
Yes, he gets that a lot. He's gone on record to talk about that. But anyway, here's somebody who's gone on record not to talk about many things at all. But yet, I think their past is going to be revealed in this episode, which is based on like the thumbnail from episode 4, which is not the one that's on this video. That's the one of episode 5. But yeah, we're talking about that one mute girl. Episodes 4 through 5, and episode 4. Oh my, yeah. Oh. So, like, the thumbnail for this one kind of implies that we're going to get more details on the car crash, even though we just got done with the flashback in the last episode, which kind of like was a leftover thing from the one episode before that as well. I think we're going to go back again because that's also, because it seems like we saw like, Arabelle and Belle inside of the car. Just like asleep together, which also raised the question: how on earth is she going to be blamed for something if she was asleep in the back seat? But I guess we'll find out. Hello to Pika Fresa. It's a new name I don't recognize, but welcome.
No, you see, it's her fault because she wasn't awake to be like, "Hey, mom, watch out! There's a deer in the road." That's it. That's why it's her fault. She wasn't warning her mom, who was driving. I don't know who was driving. Maybe it was her dad.
I see. Yeah.
Her sister. I don't know. I don't know the situation. All I know is sleeping in car.
I did talk about this once, but I actually did save somebody when I was 5 because there were like 2 twins that were playing by the road, and like one pushed the other into the road. They fell like face down. I was like, "Mom, stop!" Yeah. So it does happen. But ultimately, if we both missed that, then that's. There wouldn't be like a, I guess, well, I, being the person I am, I would blame myself for that, but my mum would not have blamed me for it. Absolutely not. Anyway, speaking of work with children, sorry for the mistranslation. If I'm going to defend anyone of that, I've learned translators are unreliable for Spanish. French sometimes is, but it's complicated. Well, honestly, like, I think translators are particularly vulnerable when it comes like second person. Because obviously in English, you have the second person singular, second person plural, which are exactly the same. So it defaults to the singular one. So no one was offended by that. It was just, the wrong conjugation. That was all that happened. And that's in reference to a Walking Wednesday comments that Bon left. Left on a hot car. Let's go, Belle. Yes, although we know she was inside now, thanks to the thumbnail. So
let's go, Bella. Let's go. And now I'm just thinking of Bella Swan when she almost got hit by a car in Twilight.
Well, see, this Belle actually did die in the car crash, so, there was no Edward around, I suppose. All right, then.
This is copyrighted.
It's only on for a few seconds.
Episode 4? Then we're reviewing episode 5.
Oh, yeah, no. If you're going by the Streamlabs title, I fixed that on YouTube, I hope. It should say episodes 4 to 5. Because I copied the title from.
I was going to feel like, are we reviewing this episode? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I think it still says 5 on Twitch, but
I mean,
much to be on Twitch anyway. So,
I mean, in the case of people getting episode numbers wrong, that happens a lot of Agatha all along. Like I watched a review the other day, and someone was like, "Now we're reviewing episode 3 of Agatha all along." It's like, we're on episode 4. You're reviewing episode 4. This is episode 4. It's like, oh, like they pointed out there in the comments. They were like, sorry, I meant episode 4. It's like, yeah, wrong episode number.
Yeah, that's happened to me a lot. Where like I usually pick the right episode in Gacha review, but sometimes the title is wrong because I've copied. Actually, like I used to like duplicates. So I could just duplicate the streams so I could like fill them in a quicker, more timely fashion on Restream. Not an option on Streamlabs anymore, but you know, it's usually okay.
There once was a mute girl who was mute, and she was mute. I don't know. I don't know, man. Song
I told her
references.
speak does not compute.
Cause she was mute.
Okay, all right then. Tomorrow must be tired. I am too. Take about his live. Oh yeah. Sometimes I put the wrong date on there as well because for some reason a lot of them default to
the next day.
This, like yeah, I don't know why they do that, but there you go. Anyway, I don't know if this is copyrighted or not. Actually, I think.
Will you please help me make him fall in love with me?
Oh yes. So so Crystal is in love with Vincent, who is Arabelle's childhood friend. So
and let me guess. Arabelle is in love with Vincent or whatever.
It's implied, or at least implied that Vincent likes her. But yeah,
is she using her? It's just the one girl in her thought bubble.
I mean, honestly, she's just asking for a favor. You know, it's not really.
Wait, is it? Wait, is that a thought bubble? Because her mouth's open when she says it.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Is she saying it or is there a thought? What's it? Okay, wait a minute. Now I'm confused.
Gotta stop talking now. You might just this point just have to judge it. You're gonna have to join the stream. You have to join the call.
You should join. Join us. Oh, this copyright.
Okay, yeah.
This definitely copyright.
There we go. Yeah, there it is.
Okay, this isn't technically the creator's fault. Technically, but I just find it funny how the notepad's just playing cards.
Oh yeah, no, we've talked about this before.
Not technically the creator's fault, but it is kind of funny.
I'll just finish saying I'm under the weather. Depends on under the weather you are. Again, you know, I'm under the weather too. It's up to you, ultimately.
Under umbrella, yeah. Ella, a. Under my umbrella, Ella, a. I was doing a little dance.
Day for a stream. Oh well, I will be sure to keep that in mind when I schedule the next thing.
What is the next thing?
In the order, it was well, like I was gonna say the next thing we streamed after that one Muko was actually Eleazar, but that was like an insert thing because that was when all the D&D people were available on that day. And again, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do Nathaniel's voice tomorrow, so we'll see. Yeah, Witch Academy was meant to be the thing after that. So we did Eleazar in between last time. Speaking of which, actually, the creator of Eleazar commented on that review video.
Oh, what did he say? Should I be concerned?
No concerns. Was entertained by the notion, enjoy it. I hope that we stick around for the next ones, and also like didn't notice some of the things that didn't make sense, which happens to all of us. So yeah, someone who took it in stride. Always good to see. Anyway,
I mean, you know, you should reply to that comment whenever you're planning the next review. Be like, hey, we're reviewing it. I don't know, like tomorrow or whatever. Like whenever you plan on actually reviewing the next part. That comment just to tell them.
Yeah. Okay. He looked like he need his soul mate. 2 words. Soul mate.
Soulmate.
How do you spell it? I don't think you've watched that review. Okay, let me see if I can remember. I think it was like this, Eleazar, which is just it's just the name of the actual this name of the world that the series takes place in. It's not based on anything, I don't think.
Crystal goes, yay! Oh, she's flying. She's flying. She's levitating. She's levitating.
She's not floating. Yeah, she's become Uraraka.
When can we start? Crystal's hair is crazy.
I mean, a little bit. It's mainly just the flowers, honestly. If it weren't for that, it would be like a mostly regular design.
Notepad now.
Plan A, chocolates. Chocolates? Where are we supposed to get chocolates from? Does she just have
Okay,
these on
one
her?
thing I find funny though is like you see they're allegedly talking, but instead of their for
Their
one,
mouths are closed.
yeah, their mouths are closed and talking is in actions, which I don't like. It's like just either have them say something or just have their mouths open, just be like they're talking. Yeah, that's what's happening.
That is true, and that's what I've seen a lot of people do that actually. Obviously, Midori Stories being the example from yesterday, but you know, but other people too, where it's just like, oh well, this they'll just have just be like maybe a couple of pose changes every now and then. But no, I guess this was preferable. You should also join tomorrow because it's D&D. Well, no, I'm saying I can do Witch Academy tomorrow instead of that because Eleazar was technically a break in the schedule because of the like availability of the D&D people. So yeah, we can go back to Witch Academy. Anyway,
He loves chocolates. Same. Loving chocolates is so unique and quirky.
Same. Yeah.
Oh God. Here you go. I made this. You made chocolate. Wait a minute, girl.
And you put it inside of a wrapper from like a branded company.
You have the ability to make chocolate in the first place. I'm impressed.
I will say, jury is still out on whether or not this is set in Japan. Making chocolate is actually a very normal thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
mostly around Valentine's Day.
Well, actually, I wouldn't say this is set in Japan, just because here's the thing: none of them actually have Japanese names, which I know was a trend. Which was a trend in Gacha, but only one has a Japanese name. The rest have Western names, so I don't.
True. I'm mostly going by the existence of Tomoe, but also the school uniforms.
Yeah, but I mean, it also could be the UK with the existence of school uniforms. Granted, school uniforms.
Yeah, but not that type of school uniforms. Like
yeah,
the specific way that these like gendered like sailor uniforms versus like the full black like uniforms for the boys specifically. That's not how UK uniforms work. It's like one thing for yeah. With variations such as things like trousers,
like a skirt.
Yeah, exactly, stuff like that.
But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure this isn't set in Japan. Like everyone have Japanese names if it was meant to be in Japan. They like go out of their way to be like, this is Yuki, this is Yuri, this is Satoshi. I'm not great at Japanese names. This is Kana.
Well, these are all Japanese names that we've used in the past, so yeah.
I'm trying to think of Japanese names. It's really off the top of my head. I don't have a. Normally, for like names like that, I tend to look them up. I'm like Japanese girl names.
Yeah, fair enough. I just noticed, did Tomoe's back hair get dipped in a blue paint bucket? Another Japanese girl stereotype, actually. A lot of Western media, they're portrayed as like having partially dyed hair. For some reason, even if it's not that popular, just became a thing that's people decided, oh yes, Asian character, there you go, blue streak. Moving on.
Vincent? Question mark?
I made you this chocolates.
I made you
this.
Also, why do you have to say? Why can't you say I got you this chocolate? I got you some chocolate. There, I got you some chocolate. There. I don't know. I hate the whole I made chocolate. You didn't make chocolate. That's a lie. Also, by the way, someone's named V. Is that an actual name? V?
Well, there's a YouTuber I used to watch called V Infuso. So I mean, I don't think it's super common, but
is his name? I thought his name was like Vincent or something.
Well, V and Vincent are on the screen together right now, so they're clearly different people.
Well, I mean, I was talking about the YouTuber.
Oh, right. Okay.
Actually, but also we're on the internet, and some of us have names that clearly aren't our actual real names, like Ghosty.
Well, yes, like
Ghosty,
me, of course.
Like Ghosty.
Well, yes. Well, even me, and Jacob's an actual name. But yeah, so maybe they were both called Vincent and they like decided like early in their friendship that one would be called Vincent, one would be called V. That's a common thing actually. There were like 3 Alejandros in my primary school, so they all like had different well, I say 2 of them had different names to each other. One of them stuck with Alejandro.
During elementary school, I was referred to a lot as Aiden P because there was another Aiden in my class with an A at the effort that starts with a last name, so it's like Aiden P. To
Yeah,
specify.
fair enough. Yeah, one of the Alejandros was actually called Alexander to us because his dad was English. So, you know, yeah, there are different ways of distinctions. But yeah, we had like oh wait, actually this is I was gonna say because we had a Lucia Ramirez and a Lucia Reguera in our class, and that's 2 Lucia R's. So one of them was Lucia R.A. and one of them was Lucia R.E. So yeah, sometimes it got complicated.
Lucia Re.
Yes, exactly. And Lucia Ra as well. Anyway, so she made this chocolates. So let's go. Yeah. No, thanks. I don't like chocolates. Okay, hold on. Arabelle should have known that.
What?
Sabotage her.
What?
Been friends with Vincent for many years, and she doesn't know that he doesn't like chocolates.
Arabelle, that wasn't very nice of you.
Look at her; she's still smiling. Tomoe has reacted accordingly to this, but look at her.
Arabelle, Arabelle isn't deaf; she's mute. She can hear this.
Oh my goodness!
She can hear this. She knows what they're saying, and also she's not. And also she's mute, and she wasn't always mute. Therefore, she obviously pretty much knew English already.
Well, okay,
yeah. Well, if you're mute,
people are still able to learn languages.
Well, yeah, but when I'm thinking about,
speaking is like 25% of the language learning process, at least in schools.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, understanding a language is technically understanding a language is easier than actually speaking it.
Oh no, I've said this before many times that
like you can understand like how to write it, or you like understand like grammar rules and stuff, but when it comes to actually speaking it, it's like
yeah. So the four components, or at least the way that they're like divided in modern foreign languages in the UK, for example, is like reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And I think that's the order of difficulty, because reading, obviously, printed word, you're not even doing it yourself, but that's where you like learn a lot of like the things you said, like the grammar, the sentence structure, all of that stuff. And unless you're an online translator, the second person singular versus plural, because obviously humans can do that. But then, and then, of course, you go on to writing, which is, putting that stuff into practice. And that's the next step. Then listening, because that's when you get like actual intonations, the speed at which people are talking to you. And that's another whole thing. And then speaking is all of that while also trying to emulate that pronunciation yourself in real time. That's the ultimate hurdle. So, yeah, basically, Arabelle had all of the easier things as far as language learning, even if she had been born mute.
Yeah, but it's like,
so this is a fun talk about IRL names. Yeah, at some point, I definitely want to like a classroom somewhere for there to be 2 characters that have the same name, so I can like actually emulate that, because you never get that in fiction. You never get like a person A or person P or whatever.
Well, to be fair, in the case of fiction, people are normally like, oh, let's get them unique names to actually differentiate them. Normally.
Yeah, so we're not wired to think about that, but yeah, in real life, that'd be a fun thing to play around with, actually, for us.
I mean, if you need background characters for Weather Pops, for a background character in Weather Pops, you could have like, I don't know, like Carrie B and Carrie J or something,
Yeah. The exception actually is Puberty the Musical by Smosh. Because there's a specific song where they go into that with like Madison C and Madison L. Like, Madison likes you, that Madison C. I only know Madison L. No, Madison C is not Madison L. Anyway.
Also, she's kind of standing on the wooden plank. And the ground at the same time. Look at her.
Yeah. So honestly, so's Vincent. He seems to be stepping on like the metal barrier parts.
Oh wait, why do they have to put waves in like things? Like they kind of have him sort of waving there, sort of ish. You could just have her in that pose.
Who's the her in this situation?
Oh
right, sorry. I was looking over at the other side of the screen. Yeah. Yes, you're right.
Like you could have her in that pose. Like you don't have to just put that in like the little like the text box.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Arabelle.
Talking. Oh, see, now their mouths are open. And also, how come V doesn't have talking over his head? Why can't you just ditch that concept and just have no?
Maybe because Vincent's talking and V is listening with his mouth open. I don't know.
Listening with his mouth open. You know, that's what happens when I'm not talking. My mouth's just sitting gaping open for some reason.
Yeah. That's another way to get a sore throat as well. You're just breathing through it. Okay. Also, I'm noticing that the chocolate's actually superimposed. I think that's an actual gacha prop. I think that's an imported image because it moves at a different rate to Crystal herself. Yeah, like you see it for like a split second there. It's like, well, you got like a smear frame almost.
You said he likes chocolates.
That's weird. When I give him chocolates, he usually takes it. Oh, okay. So he didn't sabotage her. He's just
purpose.
Vincent was just being nice. Okay, fair enough. All right.
I don't like how gray her hair is. She doesn't look young.
Yeah, another question. If this is an imported image, if it's supposed to be like a homemade chocolate bar, why would you have it in a branded wrapper? That's the thing. If you get to choose the image you're going to use, you might as well pick one that matches. I mean, obviously, you don't want to have Crystal's hands like, have like melted chocolate over them. That's just rude. But at the same time, something else. But here's the question. Have you seen him eat it? Or is it like that one time that Aaron and Afmal tried a red velvet cake in a shop, and we later find out the chocolate was poisonous to him for years?
No, you see, he ate the chocolate and then immediately went outside and went, oh, good.
You gotta wonder how quickly he did that, because he was with Afmal most of the day, so,
Well, he just rushed. He just went to the bathroom off screen and be like, I could go, I don't go bathroom.
Yeah, okay. All right, then. Maybe a Tupperware. Yeah, for example. I mean, I will say, again, this does seem to be playing. I know I mentioned before, we said Jury's still up with us set in Japan, but I think this really is playing off of the concept of like Japanese girls giving their love interest chocolates that you see a lot of the time. That's why making homemade chocolate is such a common thing, because it's like almost an obligation on Valentine's Day. So the fact is that there probably are some images out there of like how that chocolate is presented, usually in non-branded form. Whereas chat's no idea. I normally promote these streams on Discord, but for some reason it didn't show up on the GLVA, which is where I normally copy the link from. So I didn't bother this time. I don't know.
This isn't going to work out, isn't it?
Well, this is only plan A, so the chocolate part won't work out. I won't give up until he likes her.
Okay, wait, did you write that, or did you...
Well, no, it's in her head. Yeah, now here we go. Plan B. Yeah. What's plan B?
Oh, I could do kind of like the anime face. Makeup.
Oh,
hey, if he doesn't like you the way you are, put on makeup. I'm sure he'll like you better for makeup.
Yeah, it's like, I know what boys like.
Makeup, even though you don't wear any makeup, so
he loves girl that enhances her beauty. This is their beauty.
Who enhances her beauty? Their beauty.
Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead and chance your friend then.
Easy. Oh my gosh, they're gonna.
Yeah, of course. Makeup. It's always the lips. It's always the lips. Yeah. Tom was like beautiful, I guess. Is Tom?
No, it's beautiful. I guess. I guess.
Oh, yeah,
it's not even guess.
That's right. Yeah, she guesses. Yeah,
she guesses. It's not. There's not a second S. There's only one S.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Is that Is Tomoe jealous because she likes Crystal and doesn't like to see her, putting in all this effort for a guy? I don't know. Treat pop lips. Treat pop lips. I thought I escaped. This is old Gacha. You're never safe from treat pop lips. I was given that treatment once in one of Jay's videos. Actually, several.
What?
Chat with wherefore art thou, but doesn't mean where are you, stupid Bond, bad Dobby. Yeah, people don't know the wherefore means why. It's one of those things. Even Aphmau got that wrong. Because, the whole, wherefore art thou Romeo? Why are you Romeo? Why are you a Montague? The next part, which says, deny thy father, kind of gives that away. Deny thy father, deny your Montague side, because I want to be with you.
Deny thy father, and something, Juliet.
I forget the next bit, because all I can remember is, a text from my love.
My love, I changed our Facebook status to in a relationship.
that is actually what that is how Zane died as Tybalt. It was like, I'm dead, must update Facebook status. As a side note, if enough people report you as dead, Facebook does that for you.
Dang.
Let's go.
Oh, present.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, so here we go. He's saying Anna. Crying out. Are you sure we're not in Japan right now?
I don't think we're in Japan based
but
off
all we need is for them to have a nosebleed now. That's all we're missing for this scene.
Hot, apparently. That's a really weird way of playing hot. Hot.
That pink hair girl is cute. I got all of the guys here have warm colored hair. Is that how the sports team defines themselves?
I feel like there was a basketball anime where there was a guy with bright orange hair, so he may be based off him, design wise.
Yeah, my favorite Room line is be, I have been stabbed. Even Room is in the show don't tell department. I'll say this: most Shakespeare plays are lacking in show don't tell. Partly because there was a mistrust of the audience of what they would actually be able to interpret.
Yeah,
way far back. But also because scene directions, stage directions, they were not a common concept yet. That's why you get so many scenes in Macbeth, for example, where he's narrating everything the dagger is doing in front of people as well. It's
oh man,
I see thee still, hovering in front of me, etc. Or Hamlet being it's the ghost of my father. He's doing these actions right now that you can see because he's in front of me. But oh no, that is a common thing.
Is it Ada? I think that's Ara. Ara. I don't think that's Ada.
I mean,
that's not how you spell Ada. I don't think that's how you do Ada. Ada.
How do you do it then? Because that's how I've seen it spelled. How do you spell it?
I don't think that's how you spell it because that's Aura. Aura. I don't think it means Ada. I think Ada has a D in it. It's
I see where you're getting that from, but I've never seen it written out like that before.
I don't know. Hot. I just can't get over that spelling of hot. Hot.
Yeah. Exactly.
It looks like Goku. Oh my god, that guy looks like Goku. Wait a minute.
It makes me think of when people like Cole Gray, for example, would just say cute in their head with no other context, which by the way is a common thing in anime dubs because they're saying kawaii, which in the original one, which you can just say on its own, it doesn't look as awkward. But the direct translation is cute. So again, are we not in Japan?
I don't think we're in Japan. If we were in Japan, they would go out of their way to really emphasize how Japanese everyone is.
I mean, I don't know, but it depends. With a show like this, where it's so on the nose, maybe. But in general, you don't have to do that all the time.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like if a creator was going for that, they would be a lot more obvious with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I didn't even picture that clock onto the fact that Kolioka was set in France until I read the books.
Oh,
maybe I was just an oblivious child, but I mean,
it was a little bit obvious. So it was a tad obvious sometimes.
What? I don't know. Their main
all the croissants. Oh, the croissants. It's not
I
universally a
guess.
French thing, but I mean, it's a
Yeah,
more
I guess
French
I
thing.
was used to seeing them in Spain as well, so that again probably just thought, oh, okay, they're a universal thing, and
I
ultimately
mean,
their main
honestly,
tourism.
the reason you probably didn't immediately clock onto it is because it's not immediately set in Paris. It's like the most obvious location in France, Paris.
I mean, it is set in Paris. The thing is, it's set in
Oh,
an area of Paris that is much less
good.
well known, and their main Parisian landmark is a place that was knocked down before the show started airing, which is
Well,
actually it's actually that's actually why I went to like visit it to see what it is now. It's now a cultural center.
that's cool.
Yeah, and there's like a whole different bridge as well. The other bridge is still there, but it's closed down for some reason.
For instance, perspective.
Anyway,
What? Oh, why they look so weird as children? Why the art style changed when they were children? I feel like their heads were smaller. I mean, their heads were smaller in like, the present day, and like now they look horrifying.
I mean, this is just this is I guess like the chibi version from Gacha Studio before they perfected that for Gachaverse. This was their prototype, I guess. Airheads, more like bobbleheads, but yeah. All right.
Oh, by the way, I bought
Also,
a
no,
Puffy
we're doing
Funko
Witch
Pop
Academy
today.
next. We're doing when we're done with Never Care. Oh, okay, that's what you mean. Sure, okay, fine then.
I bought a Buffy
All right.
Funko Pop today.
Mm-hmm.
It was her from season 3, episode 1, when she was fighting everyone in the cave, the Hell Dimension cave. You know,
all right.
that whole fight scene in Anne.
Look at the hands. There's like the hands I would draw. I guess they're mostly hidden, so yeah, that's fair. Do you like Legos? Same, but I didn't say anything. Okay, that felt the Lego part felt really random. Then, if this is a flashback entirely about them growing up together, which I will say could have been a montage before. Well, that's other than the time skip that we got in episode 1 or 2. Just saying. She's gonna trip on her hair. I think she kind of was in the last scene.
She's standing on her hair right now. She's Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again.
He just pushed his child for no reason.
Okay, out of context, it seemed like he was reminiscing about the time that he pushed a kid over, the kid started crying, and he merrily skipped off with his best friend. I think it was meant to be that like
he was standing up for her because bullying or whatever.
Something like that, yeah. But also, like he would still kind of look mad. I think if that were the case, but no, we just like, yeah, my work is done. I'm completely satisfied.
I swear. Oh,
did Arabelle get off that? Yeah, with that hair, not a good idea.
You're still standing on your hair.
Yeah. Also, bear in mind she can't cry for help. Oh,
now we're in a hyper realistic chair or car. Hyper realistic.
Okay, you know what? I got this wrong. This is the image from the thumbnail. I thought this was Arabelle and Belle flashback, but no, this is just them as chibis in this car rather than the other one. Okay, never mind.
No, I think this is a flashback.
No, this is a flashback, but not of Arabelle and Belle.
Oh yeah.
Also, this is the most dangerous position to be. I know that you can't like fasten the seatbelts in the actual cars, but my goodness, is this going to be? This is an accident waiting to happen. This is terrible. Yeah, Bon, you're right. No seatbelts. That would have been a bit too difficult to edit, I think. Well, then again, imported images. We've got the chocolate in there. They could have got a seatbelt, maybe. Anyway, so this was, I guess, dress up day in school.
He's gonna give her rainbow flowers. I don't think rainbow flowers exist. I mean, they sound cool, but you know, but I don't think they exist.
No, I don't think so.
Unless they're fake flowers.
And yes, Aesthetic Prince did it like 2 years later. Actually, 1 year later. But also, I will say this: Aesthetic Prince, I think, has a little bit more of like an editing prowess than CuteSpud at this stage.
What triggered these flashbacks? I still don't get that.
Yeah, it seems like because no, actually, you know what? That's a fair question because they were reacting to like Crystal in that moment, and he decides to take this opportunity to reminisce about his time growing up that we the audience missed out on. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't really get the whole. Oh, oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. I know, but those poses are scary.
10 out of 10. Yes, the amazing thrust dance that everyone values as high dance quality. 10 out of 10.
Oh God. Oh, what? What?
I don't actually know who that is.
I think that's maybe Pink.
I mean, going by the hair, I would guess, but you never know.
Pink. Also, why you have like a picture of a realistic human? Oh God. Why are these? Where are we getting pictures of like real people?
Because this is showing like what type of music that she's listening to. Actually, wait a minute. I'm gonna see if are they possibly playing the music in the background of these artists.
No.
Nope.
That's definitely not Pink.
Have they changed the song?
No.
No, it's the same one. Okay.
What does the song have to do with the actual plot though? Like it's singing about got up boyfriend too. That has nothing to do with childhood flashbacks.
Speaking of things that are done, that are done way better in modern times with different editing prowesses. Here we have a swimming scene with a shadow that has been left on.
Are you sure he's catching her from drowning? I think he's trying to stop her from drowning.
Well, yes, but bear in mind they're both on the surface of the water right now. There's like they're falling through the sky. Oh, yes, we're back to this. We saw this before. You can't fool us. This is the same angle as
the same image.
Is this? Hold on. Is this a whole like musical routine? I'm missing a musical number right now because we muted the audio. There's like time to the actual music. No, it's not your average goal over again. I think it's more like FAFSA now, if that's the case. We could be missing out. Is this the chorus?
Okay.
That's the chorus. That's the chorus.
Oh.
No, it's not.
Why does she look so happy at a grave?
I have no idea.
Why are you happy? Why are you smiling?
Maybe she just likes getting her hair brushed.
She's at a grave.
Yeah, you got to presume that's also Belle's grave based on like the whole narrative. So yeah, she probably wouldn't be. I mean, I see like the eyebrows there, it's like she's concealing the crying, but I don't know.
Oh my God, I hate this so much. Oh, now they're no longer chibi; they're tall.
She can't play today.
Oh
yeah, this is post stitching now, which also kind of doesn't match up because I thought the stitching happened first before she then moved out of the dad's house and met Vincent. Hang on a second, wait a minute. Why is she still living with the dad at that point? Because because she met Vincent after her parents abandoned her and she moved in with her aunt. So why is the dad here now? Yeah, I tell you what, Shardy, if you're watching this, as long as you didn't make this kind of mistakes, you should be fine until the remake, you know? You'll be okay.
Also, wait, why'd they stitch her lungs? Why'd they stitch?
Her lips.
Oh. Wait, what?
Yeah, I feel like if you stitch someone's lungs, they die.
Why they stitch her lips? Wait a minute. What?
So that she wouldn't. I think it was so that she wouldn't like tell on the dad for, I forget the reason now. Actually, I thought that originally.
Can't she just write, "Hey, my parents stitched my lips because my dad, I don't know, did something."
Yeah, she could now. I think it depends, like given like how old they're supposed to be.
They don't look that much younger than they do currently in the main timeline.
That's because they're non-chibis anymore. Yeah, that's the issue. At some point, you got to cross the threshold between chibi and not chibi. She wouldn't out them. They killed Belle. Remember? Right. Okay. So yeah, this is the thing because they seem like they blamed her, and then afterwards that got retconned. Even though and the idea of like the fact that she was mute was originally tied to like her actual grief and assigned to not was that, which I said was a thing that could happen because I've been in a series where the main character has that condition of selective mutism. And then they fixed that immediately, and now they're readjusting the timeline again. And yeah, okay, I guess I gotta do it. All right. Retcons, they're bad for me and you. Retcons, next time think your story through.
Wait, but how do you? No, here's the thing. How do you get away with stitching someone's mouth closed?
Well, if they don't tell on you as soon as they like their mouth gets unstitched, then there you go.
Yeah, but I mean, how long was her mouth stitched? Is it still stitched?
Well, bear in mind, this is the same parent that literally got away with murder, or manslaughter, I guess. But same idea.
We love child abuse in these stories. It's great.
Yeah, out of my way. Out of your way. She says you can't play today. They're just like out of, I guess, again, so we wouldn't see the stitching. Because the timeline's been fixed now. Of course it has.
What timeline?
Yeah. Bear in mind, this is like made as like a whole like consistent thing. Because a lot of Gacha tubers, including Shorty back in the day, used to make it so that there's like a cutoff point in each video, and the episodes will like progress further on. So like it was almost like a mini movie of multiple parts that became labeled as a series rather than anything else. That's usually how it went. So, bearing that in mind, this is one continuous stream of consciousness that is nevertheless still altering itself. It's a stream with extra chlorine poured into it, I guess. I don't know.
Hugs.
Yep, and we see the hugging. Yep. Mm-hmm.
We don't need the hugs in front on top. We can tell what's happening.
Yep, and now once again he seems to be pulling her along because that's what he does for all of his life. Oh my goodness, they're holding hands now for the first time. It's like we've seen that multiple times throughout this one. By the way, I just like to remind people, this is what people classified as the wholesome period of Gacha. A lot of the comments
say, not wholesome.
This is while Gacha was still wholesome. I mean, some of these images in isolation, for example, we're here again, by the way. We've already seen this one. Some of these in isolation kind of will function like that, but otherwise... I
don't know. I feel like when you have a story about abusive parents, I don't really think you would call it wholesome.
See, you know what I think happened? A lot of people who went back to this series rewatched episode 1 and didn't continue. Speaking of continuing, I guess that's all you needed there.
Okay, which I hated the way the flashback was introduced. Like the flashback just came out left field. It's like now we're having a flashback. It's like, okay, cool backstory. I don't really. Why are we getting this? What triggered this? Like, okay. Mm-hmm. Like in my own series, when I have characters that flashbacks, I normally have something trigger it. It's either in the beginning of an episode where it's meant to emphasize a moment in the past, which is somewhat relevant to the present, or B, it's in the middle of the episode or like beginning-ish of the episode where a character will like mention something which will lead directly into that flashback, which then the flashback will end and we'll cut back present day.
Yeah, most of the time the flashbacks that you do are like the theme of the episode in question. Yeah, whereas this series has them episodes 2 and 3 had a flashback that like overlapped because of that aforementioned cutoff point. Which by the way, that's not a thing you should avoid, by the way. I'll say it works better for like scripted movies than it does for broken streams of consciousness. Because technically speaking, the first 3 episodes of Musical Season 3 were written as a movie originally, and then they got split up based on like, the acts that they were. So it's possible, and that there was like a moment of like clear separation between them. So, but they were written as one whole thing originally anyway. And that's not always the so bad thing. It's also if you want to do a movie edit at some point of said thing, which you seem to want to plan to do, then yeah, it actually works a lot better. As someone who's done movie edits of Mutant Girl seasons in the past, mostly from constant requests from people, but that there are certain things was like, oh, this does not work as a like a following scene. There's clearly we're jumping around a lot here. It's not quite the same.
I mean,
flashback gave me whiplash. This one moved gradually into the flashback. I'm not sure which one you're talking about here because there's been.
I mean, I've had a handful of flashbacks.
Yeah, I'm not sure how far Bond got as in regards to Fallen Angels and such.
Are you talking about the remake? I think the remake for episode 7.
Oh, I guess yeah.
Well, in the case of the remake part 2, the episode opened up with a flashback to Ava and Adam in the past, and then we transitioned back to present day.
Okay, so here we go. The most recent review. Okay.
And then for the second flashback, we've had an opening shot where Adam's sitting on the bench thinking about, the flashback we're about to see, which, and then we transition back to present day and he teleports away. Kind of how I wrote the way I transitioned those flashbacks.
Okay.
Yeah, but I will say, Bon, it probably is a good idea to split it into parts. Because that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of the Fallen Angel movie. Because I already split Act 1 plus one scene of Act 2 into part 1 of the movie, but I decided I'm pretty much gonna split the rest of Act 2 into its own movie, into its own part of the movie as part 2, and then part 3 is gonna be all of Act 3. So that's how I'm probably gonna end doing it. Oh, well, fair.
So essentially, like more or less the same thing I did with the Music Girl episodes, or am still doing technically.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just because I'm pretty much almost done with Act 2, and I could kind of get that out ideally next week, not this week, but like next week maybe, and then kind of keep the video train flowing for at least a week or two more.
The reason I split them up the exact point of the different acts is because it's because that's because there's already a point where okay, this is a clear separation here, because otherwise that was so otherwise why have that be the cutoff point at all? But they're not to say that they couldn't work in some other places, because musical episodes, they do tend to skip they have time skipped a lot within each other, not to a huge degree, used a couple of hours here or there, but something along those lines. Yeah. But it altogether a lot, 2 years. There's also that. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's ultimately why I never actually made some of the Gacha movies that I had planned as well.
Honestly, just cutting some of those Gacha movies in multiple parts would probably be good. I don't know, maybe the Cupid in love with the alpha, maybe splitting that into multiple parts would be a good way to get it out faster. Split it into 2 to 3 parts.
That is true. That one probably will split more evenly.
Plus, then we could potentially also add in a few extra scenes, smaller scenes here or there, if we feel like we need to fluff up some parts of the story potentially as well. And we look at it at any point being oh, well, this plot point's kind of underdeveloped. Let's add another scene developing it slightly more.
Okay, but if the intent is to eventually make a movie edit of those things, then we
True.
would. Yeah.
I will probably make a movie edit of the Fallen Angel movie, though. I'll probably make the Fallen Angel movie probably will have
this is what I was saying, that if something is made originally as a movie but then gets split up, then it will logically fit together as a movie edit much more evenly than, say, for example, either the Music Girl season movie edits that have been done so far. Because those ones, there are some bits there where it's okay, this is too much of a tone shift. That's the real issue, actually. Rather than the time skips, it's more the tone shifts that you have sometimes. That's usually the problem. As far as movies go, yeah, that's all worked out. Anyways, this episode was, in the words of Andreas Fashion Galaxy, not good. I think we've said everything we need to say about that one, specifically because we kind of went into an adjacent rabbit hole about it. So I'm going to move on to episode 5, the one from the actual thumbnail in here, where it seems that they're subjecting Arabelle to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge against her will.
Oh, yay. We love torture.
I mean... Oh, okay. So we don't have the CuteSpud intro anymore. All right, that's a new one. Does Drake's Bob spilt anything yet? Nope. Other than that, sweet tea, I guess at some point. I have no idea what I'm saying.
The lights go out.
Oh yeah, here we go. Previously, the lights go out, so does the sound. Last time on That One Mute Girl. Even sounds similar. I hate it. Anyway, this is not okay. So that was the last time, and now we're going straight back into this because the flashback will happen right there, and now we have. Also, I don't even think that I was in frame for that long. Anyway, but whatever. Do I look good? Yeah, you look pretty, I guess. Oh, hey, now I guess we'll spell right.
Hey, there's a second S. Talks with his mouth closed.
So you and Arabelle are friends? Must maybe just triggered there. It's been nothing except a loads of teas. Yeah, exactly. Anyway. Yes, we are. Enough talking about her. Meet me at the roof. Enough talking about her. One sentence. Meet me. Do I look cute? Now meet me on the roof of the school. You know, like happens in.
Oh God! Oh God! I think she's diseased. Look at her eyes. She's diseased.
Yeah, I've seen that too many times be phased, but yes, that is concerning. Anyway. I have no idea what that was. That was meant to be that was meant to be like me serving, but I realized that's more of like a return. I should have done like this. That's how I should have done it for tennis. Anyway.
He's here. You came. Yeah.
I was morbidly curious because I've never been up this part of the school before. It's not usually open.
I want to tell you. I'm a yandere. Time to push you off a roof. I like you.
I thought you had to push Arabelle off the roof. If that was the case, but yeah.
If I can't have you, no one can.
Did it.
I like you. Please go out with me.
Okay, if this goes wrong, she can't blame Arabelle because this was not part of her plan.
I'm sorry. I like someone else. Dun dun dun. Is it Arabelle? Oh man, she's perceptive.
Cue the singing. I really, 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 really like you. Yeah.
I was thinking more on my R, just as I take.
Well, because the cue was "I like you." That's why.
Nah, I'm just thinking of my R now. These are on a rooftop. Is it Arabelle?
For God's sakes, please, I put on this makeup and it stinks. For some stupid reason, I listen to Arabelle.
Is it Arabelle or Arabella or how do you say that?
Well, I said it first. I thought my I was. Oh wait, no, it was meant to be on a roof because a lot of people that used to use the bridge. I remember as well.
Just anyway. I was about to take off my shoes and see someone with the same pains as me. Has it in time and time again? She wore a yellow cardigan every time I go home. Something scars grow. I don't know. Listen, I am stealing your ideas. I'm going to steal Secret the Flex next. It's my series now. I own it. They're all mine. Mwah!
Every time I say something in chat, somebody else already said that. For God's sakes, please, I can't type as fast as you can speak. Okay.
Oh man, I don't know. You know, like that slot. That's not that's not how you spell slut. That's not how you spell slut. Okay.
Oh, so much happened all at once. First of all, Bon is, putting the actual lyric in for you. Then, with Eric on the spot. Are you trying to?
Slot.
That slot machine.
That slot machine. She's such an evil slot machine. She never gives me the boy I want. She only gives me zeros.
My goodness. And I feel like a zero myself. Are you trying to instigate French, sir? Mais s'il vous plaît.
So I don't think, listen, if you're gonna try to slut shame someone, do it right, okay, and actually say the word properly. Like, oh my god, like you just kind of.
Well, she's saying it in her head as well, so it's not like she's actually saying it to Vincent. But
yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna try to insult someone, at least do it right. Like, God. Like if anyone wants to insult me properly, okay? Don't insult me incorrectly. It's annoying.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
And also, how is she a slut because a boy likes her that she's tried to help you get with? How is she a slut for that?
Because, well, I guess maybe this is where she does become a bit of a yandere, actually. Whatever. I can get 100 man. Why did I choose you?
I get 100 man. I get 100 man.
Yeah, you can get a hecatonkiri from Greek mythology.
Oh. Blushes. Oh my god.
Wait, hold on. Was that just an image that you had of her randomly asleep in class? That's like his fantasy image of her.
Oh man, she's so cute when she's asleep. I like to watch her in her window. That's what I do. I go to her aunt's house and I stare at her sleeping.
She was in the classroom as well. I don't know if that's.
I mean, you think it'd be something her doing something cute, like maybe like I don't know. What does she do? Does she actually have any interests? Playing video games. There. Maybe he's in the Gamer Girls. You know, what if she was like playing video games? There. Oh, there's a lot of French. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, let me.
Something about machines.
Yeah. No. I'm trying to. I'm trying to get like the rhythm of this right. Let's see. S'il vous plaît, épargnez-moi de venir fâcher ensuite. Je ne pas être. No. No, I can't work it out. Je ne suis peut-être pas de machine à sous, mais je tenterai mes chance avec vous. I don't know, something like that. I tried. You're gonna have to make wait. You're gonna have to make a French cover of My R now. That's your next cover song.
Yo. I told you.
Think.
What? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What do you mean?
Oh, okay. So like, and now you two, you asked for it. With the note, I challenge you or something. Sorry. Anyway, you said you would help me make him like me. Yeah, but then you confessed after Plan B. You could have had other plans.
I mean,
you don't know that.
She tried to help you. She can't mind control him for you. I mean, I don't know what you want her to do, you know?
Imagine if she could mind control people and that's just how she spoke.
Oh my god.
like she pointed to a person and then like they actually like were called just like I'm sorry, I was trying to help. No.
Oh wait, idea. What if there's a world where you could get superpowers, but you lose one of your senses? Like for example, hearing, speech, touch, taste, like you lose one of the like sight, you can like lose one of those, but you get a random power and things. Granted, that power may not always compensate for what you lost.
If
Like
that's the case, where's my power for not smelling? I want one.
dang. But I think that'd be like a kind of cool concept. Like, I don't know, like someone loses ability to like hear, but
I
then
think you just described Daredevil.
but then somehow gets the ability to see through walls.
I think you described Daredevil in reverse. Just there.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Daredevil have all his senses. King, I was talking about real superpower.
If you turn my comment into songs one more time, I'll make you that one mute guy. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
If Jacob was mute though, how would he voice act in your shows? How would he voice act in Secret of the Plex?
This is true. I still need to do those other lines.
Yeah. Also, by the way, Jacob, did you ever actually look up the mini episode script I wrote?
Not the most recent one, I don't think.
You should check it out. It's like episode 3. And also,
I was going to before I fell asleep.
There's also one character in there that I want you to voice act. Like it's a original character who I want you to voice act him. So yeah.
Okay. And any voice in particular that you're looking for?
He's a eccentric artist.
Oh, I can do that. Yeah. I'll just do my Maximum in Pegasus voice then. That worked. That's got me auditioned with KW. So
Well, right now I just need him to read, Bond. Okay, I just need him to read. He doesn't need to record lines immediately, but I do need him to read it.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Okay. Speaking of reading, but no, you embarrassed me more. What do you mean more? Were you embarrassed before? I didn't mean that to rhyme, but it did.
I mean, you didn't have to confess. She didn't recommend you confess. Look away. So you're not looking away, you're looking at her. Rude. Wait, who's rude? Is she rude for ignoring her? Listen.
Oh, I have no idea. Well, speaking of being rude, I mean...
Listen, mute. God. Call her a slur while you're at it. Jesus.
I mean, that would make more sense than just, saying what she is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm talking to you. When I talk, you listen. That's all she ever does is listen to people when they talk.
Also, your mouth is closed. Are you like miming
I'm
this?
talking to you, and when I talk to you, listen. Listen here, slut machine.
When you say it with your teeth gritted, it actually sounds like slut. It sounds like you're actually you're saying the word that's is meant to be.
Oh no, I'm never doing that again then.
Listen to me.
Tomoe, get me that bucket over there. What bucket?
What bucket? Take that bucket in a mop. That's some wet. Well,
it's
oh.
Yeah, it's
It was in the wall. She's vision. Oh my god, this girl is vision. She faced the wall, grabbed the bucket.
Yep. From the wall to my hands, that's a wet bucket. Also, I will say that this is actually a punishment that I've seen a lot in anime representing Japanese schools, where they'll actually have you stand outside, either having to balance a bucket of water or just hold it in your hands.
She's stepping on the door though, right? She's
I've also seen that used with books, but that would be a reason for why there's a random bucket of water there if it's used for that type of punishment. Or it's the blue paint. Sure. Okay. Fair enough then.
I think that's just meant to be her hair getting wet, even though her hair actually would just look darker than it is normally. Like her hair would look borderline black if her hair is wet, because your hair just technically looks darker when it's wet.
Why isn't Arabelle, I don't know, running away? Oh, did you know mute people don't have legs to work?
Mute people don't run.
Your name's Pylon or Sitting Duck. Well, if she's a sitting duck, she'll like the water.
Oh my
There we
god,
go.
she has paint on her
Okay.
hair.
So this is the thumbnail, and I just want to like talk about the physics of this right now. So Crystal has tipped the bucket ever so slightly, you know, just like as if like
how come
probably
the water
poured it
went
on top of
up? The
her.
water went up on her head
Exactly,
instead of
exactly.
down.
So it's like a
Gravity
small
doesn't work in this universe.
Yeah, so it's like a small stream. It's like a small because of course it would be because if you tip something just ever so slightly, you'll just get a small stream out of it. That's how that works. That's fine. But then that reads that the stream will also be less likely to go up because it won't splash as far. So it's gone significantly further up, and most of it has even like trickled down her hair, which I think by this stage it would have, if you know, it's reached that stage, it definitely would have. Also, she's balancing the bucket in like
Her
the edge of her hand. Yeah,
like the edge of her like thumb is like balancing the bucket.
Yep. Honestly, I would have used maybe like the Kamehameha pose or something, and then just like had like the water like splash towards her instead if the bucket's held there, because the bucket's also obviously an important.
You know,
thing,
I love the fact that she just has blue paint on her hair. It doesn't even look like water.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting tired of this misspelled word that I'm not going to say.
Crap. You can say crap.
It's misspelt as well.
You
just
can
wanted
say
to highlight
crap.
that.
Why can't you say crap? Also, I like the aspect ratio kind of changing. Oh,
Hmm.
never mind. We didn't get to play in the aspect ratio.
Okay, now we get this. Okay, so apparently water triggers the most traumatic flashback of all time in more black and white than any of the other flashbacks so far. Okay.
This is me when I see when Jacobs is a flashback in the girl. I'm like, stop it! Stop having it in black and white. It's annoying. It looks bad.
Yeah. I don't mind the flashback being in black and white because of that, but
I
just
hate
mean,
it
like,
being
if
in
you're gonna
black
do
and white.
style, if you're gonna pick a style, then you know be consistent with it. Because
I just like it being I just like the flashbacks being desaturated from the normal footage. That way, it's like you could tell it's different, but like it's not crazy. Like black and white works really good.
And we're back here.
Oh,
are we ever gonna see that? I want an actual concrete thing about this car crash, aside from the actual concrete. Arabelle?
What did she have like a traumatic? Did she have such a traumatic flashback? She passed out and just woke up in the nurse's office.
Someone poured water on you and you passed out. Are you feeling okay? Who is filming while they're driving? Someone who's about to lose one of their daughters because they were doing that, probably.
Don't worry, her mouth got stitched. Her mouth got stitched, though. It's okay.
Oh my goodness.
Let her have traumatic flashbacks. Oh, thank God
you're okay. Let me just poke you in the eye.
Oh my God, you're like squeezing her head. It's gonna pop like a water balloon.
You should have heard what I... Oh, wait, no, you did hear what I said in the Nightmare Daycare episode. It's like, oh, Cyrus got caught in the middle of the fight. It's like, no, he got caught at the bottom of the fight. Anyway, yes, thank God you're okay. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for paying attention to that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Here's your notepad that I've ripped from your face and smacked you with it now. Who are you? Okay, hold on a second. Before we get to this, I think there was something in the actual episode itself that details this. I think there was like a comment from CuteSpud that addresses the "Who are you" thing. Let me just see if I can find it. Let's see. Okay, so it was in the description. So on the "Who are you," Arabelle did not lose her memories. Vincent changed his hairstyle. That's why she was confused. Which, also, by the way, apparently CuteSpud forgot to put the intro in, otherwise it would have been in there. Okay, so someone is like, if someone changing their hairstyles enough for you to not recognize them, then potentially, honestly, she might have like undiagnosed face blindness. Because that's the thing, actually. I remember somebody that that had face blindness came to my sixth form actually to do like a presentation about that and some other aspects, some other like conditions that she had, and But one of the things that she mentioned was that the way that she recognizes people is usually if they have like a particular like type of shoes they usually wear, or again hairstyles or something like that that isn't about their faces like other people would. So maybe that's what's happening. But otherwise, this really wouldn't confuse her that much, unless she hit her head really, really hard. But
The
anyway.
traumatic flashback caused her to lose all her memories right before the car crash.
Another Princess Kim moment. Facepalm. Now this is not how it works. Oh my goodness.
The water was actually memory erasing juice, if you didn't know.
That's why it was that color, I guess. It's from the
they poured paint thinner on her head, caused her to lose all her memories.
Yeah, it thinned out a few other things. I'm Vincent.
Lol. Like the new hair.
I like your like chroma keyed name on the top of. Oh, I see. Wait, no, they're both chroma keyed. Okay, which by the way also means that CuteSpud has discovered custom backgrounds. Well, maybe that.
Oh God, what happened to his tears?
Oh wait, no, because of the car as well. Of course, the
Look
custom
at his
backgrounds.
tears. I think that's a medical condition.
Well, we're talking about face blindness right now, so maybe maybe they both have medical conditions. Yeah. I take it from his voice's head because it's his channel. He's never not going to be here unless M takes over. That's fair. That makes a lot of sense. Chroma key tears disappeared. Were they green originally? Oh god. Anyway, did you lose a bet and have to cut it short? You know
me so well. Apparently, should know you well enough.
Man, that would have been a good like plot plot point or something, or like a B plot or something. If there was time for these, I say this if there were time for these episodes, like 5 minutes long each. Now, no avoiding my questions.
Huh?
Who did it to you?
Who did it? Oh, who do you think?
Who made you pass out from your very from your acknowledged chemically induced hydrophobia? I don't know.
Did it get run off a bridge or something?
Oh, and on a green background. Oh, yeah, that's right, because the light blue thing. Yeah, I had that with Zach's hoodie, a lot of the time. That's why you can see in some 400 episodes that Zach's hoodie turns like dark blue. It's because I edited those scenes, because Aiden's chroma key didn't have that issue, but mine did.
Yeah, his is like a cyan style blue.
Yeah.
Sheet of water.
It's crystal, isn't it?
What? No. Yes.
So I guess Vince is decently aware of crystal.
Oh, I was about to call her that. I was about to be like that, but I'm like, it's kind of close to swear word. I don't know if Jacob wants me saying it. So.
Oh, I didn't even see what was on the screen right now. Yeah.
I was like, I mean, it's not the swear word, but it's kind of close to swear word. So I'm like,
yeah, I only ever say that word in reference to the character from Minor Demons.
Oh yeah, Lady Bish.
Exactly. But what was I gonna say? So Vincent seems to be decently aware of Crystal as a person, but yet Arabelle wasn't, and yet they seem to have started a new school at the same time together. I think they were the same age. They started at the school at the same time as each other because they've been, going to. So why was it that he knew her but Arabelle didn't? What? Huh?
Well, I mean, Arabelle, it's kind of your fault because you're a slot. You're a slot machine. That's why it's your fault. You're a slot machine.
It's Crystal, isn't it? The temptation to. There's a particular Steven Universe song that matches that comment. But you say you didn't want me to make a comment.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it, Crystal?
There you go. I didn't do it this time.
She paced you, and she wet you, and tortured you with your trauma. It's Crystal, isn't it? Why is she a bish?
Okay, and that's it. We're moving on. I'm sorry. I don't want to cause you trouble. I never meant to cause you any trouble. There you go. That's my one. There you go. So Arabelle did that. I meant to cause you any pain. Anyway. It's not okay if you just keep it to yourself. Like, I mean,
Oh
continue.
God!
I'm just,
What
I just
her dress or skirt? Oh God!
It's the chroma key is slowly taking over.
The chroma key assaulted her outfit. Oh,
It's okay to cry.
you're not. Your mouth isn't open. It's just like it's so poor to cry.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I just realized. Oh, okay. Wait. I need to go back because I was not looking at the window here. So you can see the window outside. This background was probably chosen partly because it has the rain outside. Let me just check if the music accommodates for that. Oh, it does. It does actually. You could hear the thunder as well. I would have had that a few seconds like after the lightning, depending on like how close the storm is. But you know, that's fair. I've been working on weather pops, so that's on my mind. But it does seem like that was a like superimposed image of a storm over the top of that, and now we're going into another anime trope of the of girl is scared by thunder. Oh, and we're going to another anime trope of, I guess, girl falls down and kisses guy.
There we go. By kissing them.
Tale as old as time. This always happens. Oh, okay, fine. Another anime trope, the upskirt, but we're not. At least this time, we're not like filming from like that angle, because that's one of those things that most people avoided, apart from metery stories. But anyway, I gotta say it: roses are red, cacti are prickly. Give a minute.
Roses are red, cactus are prickly. Holy moly! A holy slow machine. Slow machine.
That was literally holy slot machine. But yeah.
Slot machine.
Escalated quickly. They're not even like. There's not even touching each other. And now she's okay. Now this she's crying in his lap because you know. They're there. They're there. It happens to all of us, you know. We've all tripped and kissed someone in our lives. It's yeah. Taylor Salter's time. The tears are working now. Yeah, I guess they are. They do look. They look more purple than usual. Kissed you once, I'm in your lap, I'm crying purple tears, purple tears, purple tears. I'm so glad I saved my voice for this stream. Anyway. Actually, you know what? They fade out a decent time. It seems like that was actually pre-rendered. Oh, okay. Interesting umbrella here. That is a giant umbrella. I know they have massive heads, but that massive? Also, the way that this is, like, the way the umbrellas are oriented now, if you're going to have an imported image, you can at least rotate it so that it's covering the pair of them. Because now Arabelle is just getting wet. Vincent is partially getting wet because the rain is falling directly down. It's like there's wind or something from that direction. They're even friends. So there's somebody bends unexpectedly. And a dress got eaten by chroma key again. Yeah, it happens. That being said, I think this is now the earliest iteration I've seen of rain over the top of a gacha
Barbie.
Video. I know we talked about this before. I think you must have been looking at the screen, but yeah, the Barbie umbrella was on there.
This is silly.
So was the rain. We've gone from purple rain to actual rain.
Purple rain, purple rain.
Mm-hmm. Arabelle, is that you?
Oh my god! Wait, I thought you abandoned her.
Well, she did, but she was probably still in the city, I guess. Wait, no, she moved to a different state to restart. So maybe she ran out of money or something on the.
What are you doing back here? You abandoned your daughter. Leave, go away. You suck. Boo, boo.
this actually happened in a show called Never Have I Ever, where one of the characters was implied to be like
Ugh.
traveling around the world doing like various acting gigs. It turns out she was actually still in the same city the whole time.
What? Boo!
Yeah, she was too embarrassed to go back to say that she failed or whatever. So yeah.
Boo! But it's worse the fact that you didn't come back sooner, because then it's like you abandoned your family pretty much and lied to them.
Oh yeah.
So that's worse. At least being a failure, you could say you were honest with them. You weren't even honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say, fortunately for the Never Have I character, her daughter was really into, but was also really into acting and drama. Was like the most like theatrical person. So as far as like her own life turning into a soap opera, she was actually kind of on board for that. But in this situation, probably not gonna go down that way.
Boo! Go back to your state. Go back to your state. Leave.
Just starts throwing tomatoes at her.
Oh,
And okay, never mind. She faded before the rest of it, and then okay,
then
well, hold
the
on, wait.
umbrella
Okay, the
fell.
implication there was that like Arabelle would have dropped the umbrella in surprise, but Kyle was the one holding the umbrella, so why would he be this shocked?
I don't know. Maybe. Oh, okay.
And now we cut back to the same visual. We could have lingered on this shot and had it to be continued.
Boo!
This is
episode
early Gacha, so they're
sucks.
allergic to lingered shots.
This episode sucks, though. Like, this episode and its plot is just horrible. I don't like the romance between the characters. That one girl, I honestly was kind of nice at first. Crystal, she actually wasn't that bad. And then I kind of feel like on a dime, she just flipped and went
she turned
pure
yandere,
evil.
yeah.
She went pure evil. It's like, okay, why do you care?
That could have been a case of like a character like showing her true colors. That it turns out that Tomway was correct. She was just using Arabelle, and she was actually a much better manipulator. So that's like an actual twist, I suppose, that you could say.
Yeah, but I don't know if that was the plan. At
Yeah,
first.
we haven't really we didn't really know the character for long enough. So unlike something like the Ian twist in Phoenix Drop High Season 2, for example, or well, Emerald's Secret, but in Maestro in general, there wasn't enough time to get to know the character for us to be like really shocked that they end up going in a specific direction.
Yeah, I just kind of wish they either built more up her character or made her like come off very passive aggressive, but maybe she didn't clock all the passive aggression towards it, being like, can you come up with something actually good this time? Or something like that, like something more passive aggressive, where it's like not full on aggressive, which would help build up the twist.
Yeah, potentially.
Because like effectively we get her being really nice to this girl and helping this girl get with her friend, just for her friend to reject this girl through no fault of her own. I mean, technically it was her fault, but he just liked her and she couldn't control his feelings. And then her blaming her instead of
it was the moment where she actually went off script and tried her own plan, where she ultimately failed for good. Arabelle could have had some other things as well, but yeah. I mean, whereas we thought she was trying to sabotage her at one point because of the whole chocolates thing, it turns out it was like an actual misunderstanding. Now we have a case of, okay, no, now the character thinks that.
That could have been a good way of doing it. Maybe all the attempt. Maybe there's like a third attempt. Like let's say there's 3 attempts, but each attempt fails in some way. For example, the heavy amount of makeup. What if he's not into girls with heavy amount of makeup and he doesn't respond well to that? And then
but the thing is that Arabelle should know that if he's not into those. The chocolates thing maybe. But unless it was a case that like all the things that Arabelle does that Vincent has said that he enjoyed, he was actually lying to make her feel better, and that was like a whole consistent list of things, not just the chocolates. That might have worked in that way.
I don't know.
Otherwise,
you could have built up an interesting situation where it's like there are a handful of things that she suggests she does, but he doesn't actually like those things. He only likes and tolerates those things because she likes to do those things or likes those things in the way she is. Like for her specifically, not the person trying to do those things. And I don't know, maybe like Arabelle accidentally sabotaging her, whether she realizes it or not, and then her thinking it was all on purpose may have made a more interesting situation. than just her being the worst.
I mean, yeah. Pros, cons. This sucked. Well, the pros that I will say. This might just be like a little bit of a personal preference of mine. I do like rain in gacha videos, mostly because it is such a rare thing to see. Because of course it requires loads of like green screen effects and having to find source in those backgrounds. Because sometimes you get like the solid rain that's one of the foregrounds in Gacha Club that no one ever uses. But the reason no one ever uses it is because a lot of the time you can't really put those foregrounds to much of a good use because they're so specific, and also because the rain one is just static. You can't like have the foregrounds move. So unfortunately, you're kind of you're stuck in that situation.
Yeah, I just thought the writing in this was just a very weak writing in general, and
absolutely, yeah. I'm not saying this was good overall. I'm just going like, okay, if I'm picking pros, which I always try to find something, that is the something that I would find.
I find the realistic items in this non-realistic anime-inspired world don't work as well. Like the chocolate bar, despite being name brand, still somewhat works because it's drawn. But then when you like put like the Hello Kitty umbrella in there, the realistic water bucket, it gets a little bit weird because then it's like you have these very animated, non-realistic looking anime characters versus this very hyper-realistic, real-world PNGs that you're just slapping on. It does create a weird design difference. Chibi children, look weird. I don't like the way they look. It's like, okay. Chibi children.
Yeah, I don't tend to mind so much when it comes to like realistic backgrounds, but when it comes to props, I do agree with you there.
Because they are interacting with the props, and like most of the time, realistic backgrounds are not really too much interacting with them. They're just kind of
I guess there is like the car seats, technically speaking, in a sense, but yeah.
For young children, they should be having car seats, so like a booster or something. Like, I think you're supposed to having a booster to your like a booster, like a car seat to your like 13.
Oh yeah, I meant like the actual seats in the car, but yes, there is there is that. Yeah, I forgot what I think it like varies depending on like
or like height. I think it's like height as well plays a role into it. Like how tall you are.
There is that, yeah, and I'm not sure. I think it honestly, that's one of those things that I can imagine varies from not just from like country to country, but also state to state. If you're in the US, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's multiple things that all the states have universally agreed on. Who is to say? The states are, but I don't know the answer. Yeah. Pros: ambition for their imported stuff. Cons: weird motives, imported stuff as poorly imported. Copyright songs so no one can review it, and chroma key died. Yeah. As far as episode 4 goes, that could be a music video, like actually timed in, but it didn't seem like it from the brief unmuted moments that are in there. Much like the comment I got on Nightmare Daycare, where someone said like removing like the music takes something away from it because it also like mutes the screams that you get from the episode. So maybe there is something here to that. Not screams, obviously, because mute girl, but something to do with that. So maybe maybe I'll go back and see and watch that music video in episode 4 after we cut the cameras, so I can see that. But the main thing I'm going to do is I am feeling much better after this stream for sure. It definitely revitalized me a little bit, but I'm not gonna fly too close to the sun there. I'm gonna go probably get myself some more food, not soup this time. Save that for tomorrow if I'm still feeling bad. And we'll see. We'll see if I can watch some more Live Miraculous if it happens to turn the TV on at the right time. But yeah, so while I do that, thanks everyone for joining me for this Witch Academy tomorrow, I guess. So in the meantime, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. As Scrap done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.